Hello, my loves. Today I want to talk about overthinking. And I know that this is something that a lot of us experience, and this is, a challenge that majority of us have to overcome. And from my own experience, I feel as if our quality of life can feel like it isn't the best when we are always in a constant loop of our thoughts. And so we're always thinking about the future or the past, and we're never really in the present moment. And I think that's when it's really difficult, is when we can't truly enjoy our life presently, when we can't truly enjoy who we are, enjoy the experiences that are here. And before you know it, the experience passed, right? And obviously you can't take time back. So in a sense, overthinking kind of steals time from us. Now, I don't want you to feel guilty for overthinking. I don't want you to feel as if you are the only one who overthinks, because there are a lot of us who do that. So I'm going to get into things that have helped me ground and stop my overthinking. And hopefully, if this is something that you decide to practice, and if this is something that you take time to be graceful and compassionate with yourself, your thoughts won't be so major, right? It won't feel as if it is engulfing you. You'll come to a point in your life where you kind of accept the understanding of that maybe sometimes we can't control when things come up in our minds. However, we can have compassion, and the only thing we can control is how we choose to take action from this situation that we're in. I also want to say that a lot of this derives from our nervous system. We don't feel safe, and we really have to heal that nervous system within us to truly heal the root of the problem. Because if you're always putting a patch over things, it's never truly going to heal. You're never truly going to subside and live a fulfilling life if this is something that it keeps reoccurring and is really heavy on you. So I remember when I first started becoming aware of this when I was in college, I would start to touch things around me. Let's say when you're overthinking a lot, you have to ground yourself and bring yourself back to reality. And one of the things that I started doing to bring myself back to reality is touching things around me. And it's funny because if you guys know, I dabble a little bit in plant medicine, and there's one of these times where I had to look up how to ground myself because it was a lot. And one of the things was to name 3 things, to see 3 things, and to touch 3 things, I believe, or to smell 3 things. I remember correlating that, or just really having an aha moment of how when I was younger, I would do that. It just reaffirmed that this is something that actually works. So start to touch things around you, right? Touch 3 things and bring yourself center, or you can name 3 things that you see in your environment. Name those 3 things. Don't try to name them fast. Don't rush. Take your time. When you're done with that, this is very important. I need you to take a few breaths, whether it's 3 or 4 or 10, whatever you need for yourself. When you inhale very slow and very deep, and exhale very slow and very deep. And when you exhale, imagine your body, your muscles, allowing gravity to take it to the floor. Relax everything. Every exhale that you take, relax. And let your body be heavy. Let it melt into the floor, right? Let your muscles untense. Let your eyebrow untense. Let your jaw untense. Take your tongue off of the roof of your mouth. Untense your shoulders. Unclench your hands, and just do it a few times until you feel a little bit grounded, until the feeling right here feels like it's dissipating a little bit. Because I know when we overthink, we can feel it in our chest, and it can feel really heavy, and it can feel really stuck. So I need you to do that. Take your time. Don't rush. Don't do it quickly. When I'm done with that, I like to sit with myself, and I like to say, okay, is this something I can control, or is this something that I can't control? And majority of the time, you want to ask yourself that, because if it's something that you can't control, you just allow it to be. I think because some of us might be addicted to that worry, that dysregulated nervous system, and I don't mean addicted as if you're purposely doing it. I mean it in a way where you're so used to the chaos, especially growing up, that you're always looking for the irrational things in your life. You're always thinking about irrational things that you can't control because your nervous system likes that chaos. And, you got to heal your nervous system. But if this is something that you can't control, bring that to your awareness and just say, okay, I can't control it. I let it be. I release it. And when I'm done with that, I like to tell myself, recite affirmations such as, I'm okay, I'm always gonna be okay, and I've always been okay. Everything is going to work out for me. I am the creator of how I feel, of my reality. Whatever's meant to be will happen, and I'm not gonna worry about things that I have no control over. I'm gonna be present. And when I'm done with that, I start naming things, maybe 3 things, 5 things that I'm really proud of myself for, right? I'm proud of the fact that I've accomplished this, or that I'm a good person, a nice person, or that I'm proud that I had the opportunity to sit here and see the beautiful, the other perspective of it, right? Even if it's little, name things that you're proud of, because sometimes we're thinking about things that we probably feel as if we're not going to accomplish, probably feel as if it's too hard for us, and then it brings up these emotions of being unworthy. It brings up these emotions of you're not good enough. So naming things that you're very proud of helps you get out of that mentality of you're not good enough, you're not worthy, and remind yourself that you hold the power, that you are worthy. And it is very important for us to feel like we're in control. So if you need to say that to yourself, say, I'm in control, I hold the power. And a little extra practice that you can do, that I do, and this just involves daily practice, is meditation. And the reason why meditation works is when you meditate, people think that it's about never having thoughts, but it's actually the complete opposite of that. It's about bringing your thoughts to the present. It's about your awareness to your thoughts, right? So you're in the present moment, focusing on your breath, and if a thought does come, because when you first meditate, they're gonna come, you're gonna find yourself thinking of things, and before you even know it, your thoughts are somewhere else. But when you catch your attention, bring that a thought forward, bring whatever you were thinking forward. Don't judge it, don't give it emotion, and just watch it dissipate, watch it go away. And the next one, whenever it comes up, it's about bringing your attention to your thoughts. So when you practice this and you're overthinking, little by little, you will be able to pull your attention to your thoughts faster, because you're practicing awareness, mindfulness. And when you can pull your attention to your thoughts faster when you're overthinking, you're able to understand it and release it and get through these emotions a lot easier and a lot quicker than you were previously. And these emotions and thoughts won't overtake your life like they used to. They won't engulf your life, engulf your day. Maybe here and there, right? As I always say, this healing journey is never linear, straight up. It's ups and downs, but through it all, you're still learning about yourself, and you're still trying your best to allow these thoughts to come and go without any judgment. And I think that is very important, is to remember to not judge ourselves when we are going through this emotions, going through these phases of deep cycles of thoughts that kind of keep reoccurring, right? Where it doesn't feel so good. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge the thought. And if you want to practice being the observer of your thoughts, that is something that has helped a lot of people. It helps me to an extent. Most of the time, I like to just relax and untouch my body. But if you practice being the observer of your thoughts, it can do a lot, in a sense where it can help you not feel so guilty and shameful and worry about the thoughts that you're having, whether it's the thoughts in the past or the future. You know how some people think about things that you've done in the 3rd grade and you're like 30 years old, or things that are going to happen in the future, and you can't really control it. So practice just being the observer. Your thoughts are just there. You don't have to give it meaning if you don't want to give it meaning. You can just see it go, and that's it. And then you go about your day. And something that has really helped me is I like to switch locations. If I'm overthinking and I'm inside, I have to go outside, just step outside of the door for a little bit, or in the backyard, or even go sit in your car, or go to a separate room if you have a separate room. Switching locations, for me, in the whole energy spiritual aspect of it, I feel it as energy moving, because energy is meant to move, energy is meant to circulate, and you are energy. But if you're stuck, right, I see thoughts as a thunderstorm around you. You're stuck in that energy and you're not allowing the energy to flow. And when you stand up, you kind of dissipate the cloud and you allow that energy to flow. And you're walking and you leave the energy behind you and you're walking into new energy and you feel lighter immediately. And especially if you go out in the sun, because I do believe the sun heals. The sun has healing energy, healing medicine. If you just sit in the sun, stand in the sun, and just breathe for a little bit, you'll feel a lot better. And the whole point of this, all this grounding, is to bring your attention to the present moment, because you can't really go through or heal this in you or even rationalize with your thoughts if you're constantly in that cycle loop of thinking. You have to ground yourself and be rational enough to try to work through whatever it is that you're going through. But if you're not in the present moment, it's going to be hard to rationalize with yourself. It's going to be hard to truly see the bigger picture, because our perspective is so zoomed in on this pinpoint of what is happening that we don't see the bigger picture. When you relax and allow your energy to move, you can see past those walls and try your best to work through it. And those are things that I've done to help with my overthinking. Obviously, you can take it a step further and, as I said, meditate or to have a self-care routine that helps ground you. Every day, speak positive affirmations, set intentions with your day, and just change your perspective and get into a mindset where you feel empowered. Because when you feel empowered and when you truly decide to dissolve the layers and be in a reality, right? Evolve your consciousness, raise your consciousness. When you decide to do that and be in a reality that is powerful, there are versions of you that will automatically feel more capable of working through your thoughts and working through the situations that you're in, because you're constantly reminding yourself that you are powerful enough. You're going from a state of being, a reality of kind of feeling unworthy, feeling like you don't have the power. And when you do the inner work, when you heal, when you speak affirmations, when you speak power into your life, you raise your consciousness and vibration, where you're now in a reality where you kind of step different, you move different, you speak different. You know that you can overcome things. Rather than being so questionable, you know that this is capable. You know that you hold the power. To get to the root of it, your thoughts are also versions of you that might need healing, that might need love. They're just saying, look at me, look at me, look at me. Pay attention to this part of me within you, because if you love it and you show compassion to this part of me, you'll realize that it's like I don't know why I thought a Sour Patch Kid. It's like that, but at the core, your thoughts are actually you. They're actually sweet. They're actually versions of you that just want to be loved. That's it for today, my friends. If you like this video, if you can give it a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it to help the video get on the algorithm, or post in the comments anything that you'd like to help the video get on the algorithm. But I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.